Good afternoon, folks. Today we're checking out the new Nio ES8, which has been refreshed after 3 years. It comes with a new NT 3.0 platform, just like their flagship ET9, and I was honestly surprised by how much it costs. They are asking 400,000 yuan for the version with a 100 kilowatt-hour battery and offering an incredibly luxurious interior. I arrived to find out what the catch is, so let's get comfortable and begin the review. In some places today, I will talk about where they saved money because competition is so fierce that now they are forced to cut corners somewhere in order to lower their prices a little and start selling better. There is now significantly less aluminum in the body than there was on the previous platform. However, they have made savings in some areas through their own efforts. Previously, they purchased chips from NVIDIA, and as I was told, this required a fairly large budget. Now they have finally created their own chip and can save money. Acceleration is still 3.9 to 100, 707 horsepower, 2 motors, all-wheel drive. Suspension changed from double wishbones to 5 links. In theory, it should become softer. Multi-link rear suspension in the back. Dual air suspension. Body torsional rigidity of 40,000 Newton meters per degree. Space is like in all 3-row cars. There is a deep niche here. Nice, right? All 3-row cars have a problem with luggage space. And here the problem exists too. You see, there's a niche in the back, but it's still not enough. Many people travel and want to store their suitcases. This issue has been addressed here, look. Oh, suitcases are here. At least 2 suitcases and a backpack. Once again, I'm convinced that large, purely gasoline-powered 3-row family cars have been outperformed by electric vehicles of the same body size. They simply cannot have a niche under the hood. And also, they cannot have such a short hood. So their hood is at least 10 centimeters longer, meaning 10 centimeters less space in the 3rd row. The 2nd row also loses space if you divide it equally. This is how it is. Plus, the electric car's trunk can have another space. Even a small trunk can include an extra niche. The gas engine doesn't offer this. That's why gasoline-powered cars lose out. And you can also knock. Here are the air intakes. The headlights work together with the LiDAR and can draw with light. And there's a projector. Let me show you what it looks like. There are no auto doors here, but there are soft closers. For this price, the leather is Nappa from top to bottom. And unlike the Zeekr 9X, the leather here feels real. It has double glass, but the music system is simpler. 27 speakers from Nio. And this is real wood. The seat cushion is long. It can be adjusted. Right now, it's at maximum. The wheel is as close to me as possible. I am 187 centimeters tall. I sit straight, and there are 5 fingers in front of my knee. I can already see that someone taller than me will also fit here. Yes, let's check the space in the 2nd row in this position. As usual, all features are on the door panel. Let's take a fist. I mean the seat settings. I've moved as close as possible, that's it, the seat won't move any further, and I've got even more space than a fist in front of my knee. Well, okay. I already like this. Let's go check the third row. The second row is very spacious. Even a tall adult can fit in the back. I have more than a fist in front of my knees. All seats are made of genuine Napa leather. The front and second rows have massage, ventilation, and heating. The third row only has heating. There is massage for both the buttocks and the back, and there is hot stone massage. It's an incredibly cool thing. Anyone who has tried it at least once understands what I'm talking about. It really warms you up. It's especially great in winter. You're driving, and it just, well, try it, and you'll understand. Well, I don't know, you see, it's a matter of taste. But I really like this design, which came out in the Nio ET9 and now in the ES8. And now they say there will be a new model, the ES9, a larger SUV. It will be the largest in their flagship lineup, and it will be there too. But again, there's no accounting for taste, so that's how it is. You can save money on this Matryoshka doll and not buy it. This is just the maximum trim. In China, everyone likes her very much because they put cowboy hats on her head and make fun of her however they want. They turn it into a pirate covering one eye. In general, the Chinese enjoy it. In terms of materials, it is again genuine Napa leather, even at the bottom. The interior is fantastic, really fantastic. The only thing is that there's plastic here. There's a head-up display. There's a long display behind it. The screens are of the highest quality. Everything works perfectly. The picture is excellent. This screen is the same as in the Nio ET9. Here, I see hot buttons. Let's check out the chip they created themselves. Yes, it's fast. No doubt, it's quicker than the Zeekr 9X. Great, the picture is impeccable. Well, in general, yes, let's not waste time. They have their own shell, as you can see, like on an iPad or other tablets. It's very convenient and user-friendly. I can adjust the climate like this. I also have Sense here. Yes, everything is here. In general, it's perfect functional screen. The air direction can only be adjusted on the tablet, but look how fast it works. Amazing, and it includes English. They finally came to some kind of agreement with CATL that these quick change stations, which they built and spent a lot of money on, will finally be somehow. So, this 100 kilowatt hour, or to be more precise, 102, right? It cost them much less than before. That's why the price is so attractive. In other words, they didn't pocket the difference, but are forced to lower the price due to competition so that their cars sell better. This is wood in the center. 2 spots for wireless phone charging with vents. NFC is here for the key card. Alcantara cup holders. And there's an interesting touch panel here. It's multifunctional. If you press it once, the music turns on or off. If you hold it down and move it to the right, you can adjust the volume. If you press on the edges, the theme changes. Look, this is interesting. You can also add ambient lighting to this theme in the settings. This means that different themes will have different ambient lighting. I have a lot of space here in the armrest, charging ports, and everything is covered with fabric. Okay, Nio, let's check you for squeaks. There was a bit here, where the wood is, but it went away. Well, good. A mirror display that shows the camera from the back seat or rear bumper. For some reason, I have 2 cameras here. They can be closed, and there are physical buttons. Yes, this shade moved. I have my own small sunroof here. This is the back sunshade. There are 2 sunroof and 2 sunshades. It's magnetic. Cool. This is the front right door panel. Here they have integrated physical buttons for massage, ventilation, and heating. And I understand there is 0 gravity here as well. Let's check it out now. Aha, there is 0 gravity here. Awesome. Okay, let's not waste time. We've seen this a lot already. It's great. The inside is also covered here. Whoa, look, bare plastic. There's a piece right here. And on the pillar in the middle, between the first and second rows and between the second and third, everything is already covered in leather. But down here, it starts with bare plastic. So, only at the front. There's a minor flaw in the front. I just hit the button and it goes back to where it started. The seat upholstery is a separate bonus for this car. The passenger on the right is slightly more important than the one on the left. He has zero gravity. And do I have it too, or not? Interesting. Wow, this seat has zero gravity too. So I press the button and the front seat moves. While the seat is moving, I explain, there is glass here, just like in the Huawei M9 and in the most luxurious European cars. All right, I'm settled now. Zero gravity. And look, the glass here changes transparency. And I have levels here, only 2 levels. In this place, you can press the button to get it into this position right away. You can press the button to come to starting position, or you can adjust it as you wish. The back door card, same materials all around. Plus, there's a shade. Hook. Look here. Mirror. Same on the right. Here I have a camera. All good. And they brought me real buttons here. Massage, ventilation, heating. But why do I have 2 here? Ah, look. I have 2 buttons here. I can open and close my window. And the right one as well. It's moving now. Charging port. There are pockets. They are rubber inside. Rubberized. It takes a while to respond. You see, it has only just become completely dark. The main boss is on the right. He has a table. Finally, the table is not like everyone else's. They got a new contractor. Maybe Nio made this table themselves. They covered everything in leather at the back, even below. The interior is just gorgeous. Okay, fine. Soft closer. Sure, there's dimmable glass here too. I have buttons here. Massage, ventilation, heating, and there are a bit more settings. If I hit this button, it lights up. And then I can move... Ah, with this button. Now I can move the front seat. I press it again, and now I can move my seat. Next, here I can adjust the ottoman. And what about the footrest? Great, nice. There is a button on the left that will automatically lower the armrest. For the left passenger, the armrest is manual. And for the main boss, it comes out by itself, you see? And here I have buttons. If I press it... Am I heading to the center? Okay, here the zero gravity is more comfortable. Cup holders are here and there. So, I also have... Okay, I'll put this armrest away. I also have a button that allows me to move the seats to the center and hug the other passenger. How close can I get to it? Practically up close. It would be perfect if this screen could be removed from here. But it's not magnetic. It's just here. The same cool picture as everywhere. I can manage the ceiling screens here, and this button most likely opens the refrigerator. Yes, the fridge slides out. Here too, they covered it with leather. How about this? This screen will now show the feed from the side camera located under the mirror. As soon as I open this door, look, I press the button, and boom, I can immediately see what's happening behind me. Can I even open the door? There's a guy sitting over there. Bravo, absolutely brilliant. Well, and here too, the same thing on the right. I open the door and the image from the camera appears here. Yes, here you can also look in the mirror, but in the back row, there is no such option. So there it's a must-have, and here, it's just an extra feature. I turn on the right turn signal, and the right camera turns on. I turn on the left turn signal, and the left camera turns on. Yes, many cars have this feature, but not many transmit the image to the head-up display. And I can tell you that this is the clearest image from a camera that I have ever seen. Unfortunately, a video camera cannot transmit this. And that's not all. How about that? In the projector, I can see the rear camera. We've seen this in Huawei. I also see the camera positioned right above the wheel, right here above the side mirror. I don't need to be distracted by the display. All the information is right in front of me on the projector. It's just amazing. Look, I'm turning the wheel to the left, see? A 21-inch ceiling screen. Absolutely top-notch in terms of picture quality and chip. There's nothing to complain about. And it even has a port. You can connect various consoles, joysticks, and play. There is also a version available with a sofa in the second row instead of two captain's chairs. In this case, you can fold the third and second rows together to create a long, even floor. That's what I was talking about. An amazingly luxurious interior. Even the third row is covered in leather from top to bottom. The only plastic is inside the cup holder. Wood. Here are the adjustments. We can adjust the backrest and even slide the seat forward. And even here? And even the trunk was covered in leather, all the way to the bottom. Except for the plastic thresholds at the bottom. Because I have more than a fist's width in front of my knee, I can move forward as far as possible. And recline the seat back as far as possible. Listen, I would be riding a very long way, and I might even take a nap. Awesome. There are cup holders and a charging port. An armrest would be great here, but it won't fit. Look up, though. This is a new trendy feature from China. You can pull out these plugs, making room for different gadgets to be inserted. This is luxury, no doubt. The clearance is a minimum of 11 centimeters and a maximum of 21. The car has a dash cam. It has lots of cameras and sensors. You can set it to security mode. The moment anyone gets close to the vehicle, it begins recording video automatically. Let's see if there is a slow charging port. Yes. Awesome. It has both types. On the left, there's a light and 12 volts. There's a hook here. And here as well. Just like I said, it's leather covered here. What do we have? We can adjust the suspension. The seats can be moved. The second row moved, so these are waiting. I'm still holding the button. They'll go now. I press this button, and the number 3 appeared. So now I will move it. The right seat on the third row. If the number 2 appears, I move the seat on the second row. Finally, someone did it. It's very functional. It has a capacity of 770 liters, just like that. These are premium wheels, 22 inches, 265 by 40, but I would probably choose a 45 profile on 21. Look at where they saved costs. Previously, there were perforated brake discs, but now there aren't any. The rear wheels are the same, 265 by 40. See, I press here and boom, I get the camera right away. And I can zoom in on it, as I understand it. There's a button on the steering wheel, and I immediately switch between driving modes, and I can see the suspension immediately rising and lowering. Let's go for a hard sport mode. I press here, and I have control over all the cameras. You can rotate the car in 3D. What's that? Rear camera, front camera, wheel cameras, rear and front. I can see everything from above here. So what else did they make cheaper? The previous ES8 supported different batteries, 75, 100, and 150 kilowatt hours. This one supports just one battery of 102 kilowatt hours. Equipment that can work with different batteries is more complex and expensive. Okay, I agree with that, no questions. That's probably the right decision. 75 doesn't fit it at all. 150 is still uncertain when it will actually come. So I guess it's okay. So overall, what do we have? Brakes have become cheaper, which is a downside. Now there's only one battery, no questions. The battery is now cheaper. Cattle is making a discount. They started producing their own chip and broke free from dependence on American chips. Good. The car has less aluminum now. Well, that's also in principle without questions. And here's another aspect, see? Electric motors. In 3 years, that's how long they marketed the previous body. They have gotten cheaper. That is, the electric horsepower itself has become cheaper. But here, it remains unchanged as it was. And that's another saving. This battery has a capacity of 102 kilowatt hours and can travel 650 kilometers according to CLTC. Overall, these are reasonable figures for this size. What did I miss before? Back when it first came out, I drove a Li 9. I remember arriving at the showroom, getting behind the wheel, and taking it for a test drive. I observed that the car had better handling and quicker acceleration. The regeneration was more effective. Initially, at that point, the equipment that was there was quite relevant at the time. Competitors didn't offer anything more. Well, there wasn't a screen at the back, but they sold these glasses with screens. Its dynamics, how it handled, everything was fine. But it was a bit pricey. It was expensive. This one starts at 400,000, and the previous one started at 500 something. Now the price is reasonable, but there is one thing. Nio positions itself as a brand that sells expensive cars. And now it has dropped down to the same price range as Luggage, although it has always been more expensive. Here's the thing, you see. After all, the price of a car gives you status. But competition, as I understand it, is so fierce that they simply have no other options. After all, the problem is also caused by the German Trio's cars, which offer discounts of up to 50% under the counter. So, Nio has to cut its prices too. Let's talk about how it drives. Finally, they added soundproofing. Now the Nio is quiet. As I understand it, the whole new 3.0 platform will be on par with the German luxury Trio. It is very quiet inside. Applause for Nio. Why wasn't this done from the beginning? It truly matters for a lot of people. Tesla were the pioneers. They were forgiven for that because they were the first to provide insane acceleration. But now, sales are slowly declining. People start asking, where's the soundproofing? They are cutting costs significantly, offering a small battery and low horsepower. The lighter car achieves those figures and has a decent range. Others tried to follow suit, but they weren't the pioneers. And there were questions about it too, because people buy Tesla for its image, status, and logo. It's a popular brand. Now this is something else. I'm in a quiet car. This vehicle really feels luxurious with its soundproofing. The regenerative braking is impressive. The brakes are fine overall, but they should be tested in high-stress situations on the track. Perforated discs will definitely be more intriguing there. So let's see. The projector is on the windshield. It's a full-fledged one, with a map. Large. It's easy to read. The handling is good. For a car of this size, I think the Nio is one of the best. And it's a soft suspension, and it became quiet. This new 5-link suspension has a new mode. The previous ES8 did not have such a mode. It's called Ultra Comfort. So, there's comfort and ultra comfort. In this ultra comfort mode, it has reached a softness level comparable to the Mercedes EQS crossover. It's almost like the Luggage i8, just a bit softer than the Huawei M9, Li 9, and Denza N9. And you know what's interesting? That in such an ultra comfort mode, there is also a sport mode that significantly stiffens the suspension. It doesn't become just stiff, I would even say it becomes a bit harsh, but it becomes sharp. I found 2 more things where they cut corners. Previously, the headrest could be adjusted here with a button, but now it's only manual, and the passenger on the right had a footrest that could be pulled out. So there was no glove box, but there was a footrest, and now they removed that too. I have complaints about this seat. The car is very fast for this class, and it handles well. Why wasn't there more side support? That's the question. I needed more, and it can't be adjusted. Yes, it was also not adjustable in the previous model. This isn't about cutting costs. But some competitors do offer it. Denza N9 allows adjustments. Geely Galaxy M9 does too. Even the Geely has the active side support. The car tilts sideways and the side support inflates. This one doesn't. The seat is soft and comfy, but not as luxurious as the Maxtro. So it's a cheaper seat. Yes, it's quite good. No issues for the price. Just know they didn't punch above their weight. The speaker is only in the driver's headrest. The others do not have it. When he talks on the phone, only he hears the sound. Why didn't I take it on the Autobahn right away? There's a lot of excitement about it. Lots of pre-orders. People really want to test drive it. The schedule is completely full. We even came here specifically at 7 a.m. for this. We agreed that they would give us the car before the dealership opened. Between 7 and 9. Unfortunately, it is not yet possible to drive it on the Autobahn. It is simply not permitted. It is worth mentioning that I do not yet know how the Zeekr 9X drives. But it's a really cool car with a great interior. The price is unreal. For me, price is everything. I grew up in a poor family. I judge everything solely on how much it costs and what you get for it. I understand why there's such excitement, why there's a waiting list for test drives. I understand that this car will sell very well. That's it for now. Thank you for your attention. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. See you soon.